Hey team, I think I worked it out. The key to making it easy to link your blog to GitHub and have it deploy automatically to Netlify via GitHub is all about how you get it into your RStudio in the first place. So let me work through these steps, mostly to confirm that I've got this in my head, right? So we're here at Alison's workshop repo on her GitHub. We go down the bottom and we say deploy to Netlify. It will chug a little bit, and then it's going to ask us to connect to GitHub. We can say, yes, we want to connect to GitHub. And it's going to ask us to name our repo. I'm going to call this I can do Git. It looks weird. I can do Git. This is what I want it to be called in my GitHub. You say save and deploy. All right, it's, oh, isn't that nice? Peaceful Beaver, right? So this is going to deploy to this creative URL via Netlify. Now, if I go to my GitHub, there will be a new repo in my GitHub called I can do Git. Here it goes right here, right? So if we go in there, what we want to do is when you press, so now we're talking I can do Git on my repository. When you go clone or download, I think it was the download the zip that was causing us problems, right? If you click this link and this little thing will copy it, copy that link and then go to your RStudio. And what you want to do is in the terminal, so at the moment, there's no terminal next to my console. So if you go Tools, Terminal, New Terminal, now it's telling me that at the moment it is living on the home level of my computer, right? So not on the desktop, it's like one level higher than the desktop. So what we want to do is put this folder when it clones it. So we're going to clone it rather than download it. When it clones it, I want it to put it on the desktop. So you can change the directory by typing CD for change directory and then desktop, right? And then it'll tell you that, all right, now I'm on my computer in the desktop. And now what you want to do is type git clone and then paste that URL in and go enter. And it will, rather than downloading it, it's cloning it, which is maintaining the link to Git. It's going to chug for a little bit. Maybe quite a long time. We'll go do. When it's done, we should be able to, 100% done, excellent. We should be able to go to our desktop and there should be a folder on our desktop called I can do Git, right? So if you go to that folder and you open the rproj file, it will ask you if you want to open that project and you say, yes, I do. It's going to chug a little bit. All right, so now we're in our project, I can do Git. So you want to go library blogdown to load the package. And then you go serve site to show you your site as it renders locally. It'll chug a little bit. Right, so this is what the site looks like locally. Let's make a quick change so that we can commit that change and push it back to Git. So the easiest thing to do is go to your config.toml file and change the title of your site. So I'm going to call this site I can do git, right? You save that config file. It will render it for you. If you go serve site, all right, so now my site is called I can do git. Okay, so back to our studio. Hide that. Okay, so in here, you can see that in our git pane, there is one file that has been changed, right? So when I first learned to do git, my friend Charles told me that she interacts with git via the terminal. And there are really only 3 commands that you need. There is, if you want to push something back, you have to go git add, and then git commit and write a message, and then git push. So we'll go git add full stop. So this is full stop stands for something. We want to add something, and then git commit, and we go -m, which is we want to write a message, and adding title, right? And then it says we've got one file changed, and then we go git push, right? And so it is going to think a little bit, and then it didn't come up with any fatal errors. So in theory, we should be able to go to our Git repository and refresh the browser. And you can see down here, the config file has changed. And 33 seconds ago, there was a commit that said, had the message adding title, right? And so in theory, if Git is talking to Netlify, we should be able to go back to our Netlify link, and our blog is called I Can Do Git, right? So let's just test this out, because it's seldom I interact with Git without breaking something. So let's make one more change, and I'll show you another way to interact with Git. So you can either type those 3 commands into the terminal, git add, full stop to count for something, git commit -m, and then add a message, and then git push. Let's change one more thing. So on our home page, so we can find our home page in our content, home, hero. In this hero widget, the title says, welcome at the moment. Look at me, I can do git, right? So we'll save that. And you see up here, something in our Git pane has changed. We've changed something about the file called hero in the home and content page. So we'll save that, and we'll go back to, whoops, it's automatically serving it. So now it says, welcome, look at me, I can do Git. And then the other way to interact with Git is via this Git pane up here. So I think what you do is say commit, and it will bring up a shiny window. You write your commit message in here. So adding new welcome message, right? And you say, you check the things that you want to commit, and then you say, you press the commit button, right? So this is the same message that it gives you when you type in git commit into the terminal, and then you go push. Oh, it wants to know my access key. That's interesting. What is that? All right, that looks like it worked. Okay, so again, we should be able to go back to GitHub and look at our repo, refresh it. And now you can see that 1 minute ago, there was a new commit in the content folder, and the message was adding new welcome message. And when we go back to our netlify link, it should have that new welcome message, right? So the advantage of interacting with your blog and getting it on netlify via Git is that every time you make updates, you just type those 3 commands and they're automatically on Git and then synced to netlify rather than having to drag the public folder. One more thing while I'm here, site settings, as much as the Peaceful Beaver is quite nice, if we change our name, I wonder if this is I can do Git. Has anybody had that yet? Nice, they don't. I can do Git at netlify.com. It now belongs to me. Cool. Good luck.